Hi there. Welcome to week 3 of my 12 weeks of Halloween series. This is the project that we're making today. I'm using a couple different die sets and actually 2 stamp sets, but there are other options. This little tag up here is optional, and then instead of the little black matte dots, if you wanted to cut out bats, you could do that as well. So I'm going to make a couple of changes on this one. That way you have 2 varieties to see depending on what supplies you have and maybe what supplies you want to order. So I'm going to put this off to the side up here and bring in our cardstock. This is a basic black, and this is 3.5 by 8.5, and we're going to score this together. You can get 3 of these treat holders from 1 sheet of cardstock. I forgot to show you the back. Isn't that so cute? And then inside is a Witch's Brew Kit Kat. I couldn't resist. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to bring in the scoreboard, and we are going to score. All of these measurements and everything is on the PDF. So we've got 4 score lines, 1 and 3/8. So you're just going to count over from 1, you're going to count over 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 1 and 7/8. So this was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 1/4 and 3 3/4. And that is it. Put that back in there. And we've got some designer series paper here. I have the black and white designer paper, and this piece is 3 1/4 by 3 1/8. So you got to be careful when you're putting it on because it's only going to fit correctly one way. So if your paper looks like this, it's going the wrong direction. And if your paper is directional, the pattern should be in landscape mode. Okay, so that's going to go there, and then this one is going to go here, and this one is 1 1/4 by 3 3/8. Okay, so let's do our folding. Especially with black cardstock, I like to fold backwards first, so that way if the cardstock cracks, which it sometimes happens, it will be on the inside of your project and nobody is going to be the wiser. So I'm just making sure as I fold this over that my edges are straight. There we go. We need to go ahead and this is going to fold up like this, okay? And then this piece goes here. Remember, if it doesn't look right, then it's not right. So it goes this way. There's just a small border around just the 3 sides. It's going to butt up against where the treat is going to go. And then this one looks like I have cut it wrong. So let me see what I did. Yep, I cut this one wrong. This one needs to be 1 1/4, and I have it at 1 3/8. So let me just trim that off, and there we go. Now that fits because this one's going to have a border all the way around. So, okay, I gave you the right measurements. And now we're going to go ahead and glue this on because we need to die cut our opening, but you want to make sure that your DSP is on first. So I'm going to grab my liquid glue. You use your favorite adhesive. You could use your Stampin' Seal. I mean, you could even use tear and tape, I guess, if you wanted. Whatever you prefer. So this is going to go down like this. And then we're going to let it dry for a little bit before we die cut it because I don't want any of that glue squishing out, right? Okay, so let's do some stamping. And there's quite a bit of coloring, and if I can figure out how to fast forward it, I will. So we've got from Best Witches. I'm using, of course, the one that has the little witch that has her little cauldron that she's cooking up some of her witch's brew. We're using the frog and the stars, and then on the back I put "You've put a spell on me." And then from this one I wanted to include the little boo. You don't have to if you don't want to, or maybe you've got just a little boo set stamp from something else, but that's what I used. And let's bring in, here are our blends. Again, everything will be on, or is on the PDF. And we need to stamp. So we've got our big witch. And I've just got a 1/4 sheet of basic white cardstock. And I kind of laid my die down and measured, just to kind of save on cardstock. I kind of measured where I needed to be stamping, because you don't want to go too low because it will cut off your image. So I know that as long as I am within those pencil lines that I'm okay. So I really want to press in the middle of this one to make sure to get the lines around her face and her little cape. So there we go. There's that one. We need a frog. Let's stamp him over here. I'm gonna stamp my boo. This one's a little labor intensive. I don't know that you would want to hand this out to just any old trick-or-treater. You might save this one for special people. Okay, so then I'm going to take the piece on the back. Let me turn this over and show you. So I've done the sentiment with the base, or the tuxedo memento, and oops, little raggedy edge there that I will fix. And let's see, this needs to kind of, sometimes the stickers don't exactly match what's on the stamp, so I like to look from the back. So there we go, pretty good. And then I think we're done with the black. I'm going to bring in Parakeet Party. Love this in color. You of course could use any green you have, and I'm just going to do some of these little stars on the corners. Okay, and that's it for stamping. Okay, put that off to the side and that off to the side. Let's bring this one back in, and let's just go with our little frog first. And I've got the Parakeet Party combo, and I'm just going to fill him in completely. And then we'll add some dark, like right up here at the top of his cute little eyelids, across the mouth and his little legs, and then a little down here. And then I'm going to take the light and just kind of go over that just a smidge, just to blend it in there a little bit. And then I took Soft Suede, the light, and I just kind of dotted where the little image is on his belly, and then I just took my marker and outlined the bottom of him. So I just went across, came down, up, down. There we go. Give him a little shadow. Don't stress about that. That's all you have to do. I just did it in a line. Okay, he's done. Oops, let's grab our Parakeet Party. You typically want to start with your lightest color when you're using these. because if you go over, your darker color is going to cover it up. So I'm going to do her hands, and let's do the buckle, and then I'll switch ends to do her face. Now initially I did her face in one of the skin tones, but then I kept looking at the packaging and I'm like, nope, I got to try it. I've got to try doing her face in green, and I did it and I just loved it. You of course could do whatever you want if you didn't have this specific Kit Kat. You could use a different color on her face. Okay, now I'm going to take the dark and I'm going to come across. My shadows are going to come in and go this way, so everything on the left is going to be darker. So then I'm just going to kind of pull that in a little bit, and the colors blend better when they're wet. So then I'm going to take this and just pull that over, okay? And then the only other thing I'm going to do is on her face. So I'm going to cup underneath her hat and then down the left side. Just like that. And then I'm just going to take and do little circular motions across where those two colors meet. And that's it. Pretty simple. Okay, I'm done with those. Let's grab, let's go ahead and do this, a little bit of pumpkin pie down here. So I'm going to color in the whole thing, the 3 little flames, and then grab the dark, and I'm just going to do a little swoop at the bottom, and then just kind of pull that up into that light. This is all, of course, optional. You do not have to do all this detail, but I figure I'm just making a few of these. I want them to be really special. This is Soft Suede, the light. So I've just filled that in. I'm going to take the dark and kind of just come in where the artist has put these little markings. And then, I think that's it. Just a little bit. And then I'm just going to kind of color over that. Okay. Now, oops. Now we'll bring in the Blackberry Bliss. So again, we're going to start with the light. And I'm going to do her hat band. Remember to move your cardstock around when you're coloring. Don't try to move your hand and be in all kind of awkward positions. Okay, and then the inside of the band, or the inside of the buckle. And then we'll do, let's just go ahead and do the dark here. So I'm going to color in the whole thing on this side, and then just a little bit on in the buckle, like half maybe. And then I just want to make sure that all of that got filled in, and that's it. Okay, so then we need her dress. So careful not to, this is the cape on the outside, so we're just going to come around and fill in her cape. I'm still talking to you because I don't know if I'll be able to fast forward or not, so hopefully I can figure it out, and then you won't hear, well, you'll hear it sped up, but it won't just be like awkward silence. Okay, so then I'm going to take this and kind of follow that pattern and then come down along the underside of her cape and then up under her chin. And then I'm just going to come back and kind of fill that in. These are both pretty dark colors, even though it's a dark and a light. So you do as much or as little as you want. And then I don't like the way this filled in, so I'm just going to kind of pull that color over. There we go. Okay, that's it for that. We've just got the black and the the basic black light is plenty. I did do a little bit of the dark, but this is so dark, you probably don't have to. This set is such a cute set. I enjoy coloring, but maybe this is not the set for you if you don't. But you could use any image on the front and put any candy in here that you want. It's always just meant to be a layout or a template, and then you adapt it to what you have or what you like. Scary cute images on here would be so fun. Just do it on a smaller circle or square. So cute. Okay, and then I'm going to fill in. I did just notice I forgot to do her hair. So I'll come back and do that. So that's where the cape is, and then that's where the hair is. So as soon as I color in that hair, you'll be able to see it. And then I'm going to come down, and I just did her legs as if she's wearing her witch boots, and they're either tall or she's got on black socks. So let me grab the light of the hair, and I just kind of came in and just did little squigglies. Now you can do whatever color you want for her hair. I could have done black too, but I kind of have brown hair, so. And then I like to leave this little bit right here white because her hair doesn't go all the way, but I mean, that's up to you. Okay, so now let's grab the dark and just do a little bit. We'll just kind of darken up. Oh, I forgot my brush tip on my black is messed up, so I'm just going to use my bullet point here. Kind of pull that in a little bit and then do a little bit here. And then take the light and just pull that dark out into the rest of the image. So a cute treat holder with a little bit of a coloring tutorial. I hope you like it and that you will try it. And of course, as always, share with me when you make something. You can share it over on my Stamp with Darlene page, and I love it. Or if you're sharing it on your page, just tag me at Darlene Stampin' Spot so that I can see your creations. So here we go. I forgot to fill in the cauldron too, so. And I don't think I'm going to do any shading on that. Okay, that's it for the coloring. Whew, took a little bit, huh? Okay, put that away. I've got my die cutting machine right over here next to me. I'm hoping that it won't, I'm not going to be able to get it in camera, but I'm hoping that it won't shake. So I've got, she barely fits on here, but you have to remember that this first edge is the little stitching or the dots that's going to add little holes. And then the middle of it is where it's going to cut. So it's okay that the hat is at the edge of that opening because that's not where it's going to cut. And then I'm going to put a piece of Post-it note tape on there because I don't want it to move. Then I've got, now this is the largest. This is the one. It's the second smallest. Is going to go here. And it doesn't look like I have more Post-it note tape in front of me, so I'll just grab some washi. And then if you wanted to use the die for the boo, The circles in the banner are from the Stylish Shapes. The tag for the boo is from the Mini Pocket envelope dies. And then on this one, I'm going to use they'll show you how the little bats instead of the matte black dots. So, and I've already die cut those. So this is what we have to cut out. And then we will do our little banner. Okay, so then this is going to go here. Let me put that up here. Hopefully it doesn't move. And hopefully this doesn't shake too much. Maybe if I do it really fast and then it'll be over. Ooh, yeah. Sorry about that. Until I can figure out a new setup, it's just really, it's going to shake if I die cut on the video. So I apologize. We've got one more. And get these off here. And just be careful with washi tape because it can rip your paper. And then I gotta find out. Oh, I know exactly where my Post-it note tape is. It's in the other die cutting machine. So I just kind of leave these little pieces of tape on the machine until they are no longer usable. Okay, so now one more. So we've got this piece, and I'm just going to center it top to bottom, right to left. Doesn't have to be exact. Use whatever die you have. You just want to create that little window so that you can see the candy inside. Now there's several things that'll fit in here. Any of the flat snack size bars, that regular Hershey, the Kit Kat, they've got that cookies and cream. You can fit, I'm pretty sure you can do nuggets. I know that you can do the individually wrapped peanut butter cups. So then now you have this fun shape for maybe for another project. And then I'm going to take this off. Okay, so we're done with die cutting. Let me scoot this over and fold it up. Okay, get all that out of my way. All right, now all we have to do is put it together. Okay, so this is going to come around and fold in like this. So this is where the adhesive goes. So I'm going to use tear tape. And I'm just going to go almost to that score line. And almost to the edge. Now these, I don't know where they'll end up, so I'm going to put a piece here just in case. Certainly don't want it falling apart. Okay, so give those a nice press. It helps to release that backing. I'm going to want to, let's go ahead and put this on. It's a little easier to do it now. Just remember that you're only going to have the border on the outside edge and the top and the bottom. So this is going to go like this. Oops. And, caught myself. Didn't fit. It's just 1/8 of an inch. It's more like a 1/16 of an inch. It's teeny tiny. Just enough. Okay, and then we'll take off the backings from our tear tape. And this is just going to come over to that last score line. Is kind of where you're going to line it up. And just fold it over. Just like that. And then I'm going to come from the back and give it a nice press just to make sure that the adhesive has really made contact. And then you can also go inside the opening. There we go. Now I'm also have the picture of a template. So this is where we cut it out. So this is the inside. And I'll have on here that this is where you put the adhesive. So the other thing that you can do is, yeah. So you can take it and fold on the first, the second. Fold on the second score line and then fold on the fourth score line. Just like that. And then you'll bring it back up. Okay? So you'll fold on the second and the fourth. And that's a little easier. And then it'll just sit right back up. It's important that you use a bone folder to get this to stand up straight. Okay, now, I guess I could have put this on before, but it's okay. I've got a rough edge here, so I'm just going to take my bone folder and try to smooth that out. And then we'll put some adhesive on here. This way you can sign the back. Just like that. Okay, and then let's bring the project back in. I've got this parakeet party. I will give you the measurement. It's 2 1/4 by 3 3/8, but I want to use, of course, the washi tape and see what it looks like with the washi tape, because I'm telling you, I've been using the tar out of this and look at how much I still have left. So I'm going to do 3 strips, and I'm not even going to sweat about measuring it. I'm going to go to the edge, kind of in the middle, pull it across, hopefully straight, and then we're going to cut it off. Okay, and then I'm just going to come down just a little bit, because I'm just going to go underneath that circle just to separate it from the background. You might want to do this first so that you can get your edges cut off clean. I'll go in and clean that up before I take a picture. Okay, and then we're going to grab dimensionals. I'm going to put a mini dimensional on an angle to where the tip of it comes right in here at the tip of that die. Let's grab our candy and put that in there so we can see how cute it is. Look, so cute. I'm going to put this folded to the back and then slide that in there. Okay. Maybe the Hershey's would, the Reese's wouldn't fit. It's a little thin, but then I'm going to take the Boo. Oh my gosh, I can't pick it up. I'm going to take the Boo and just set it off at an angle right there on top of that dimensional. And then for the frog, I'm going to kind of do the same thing. I'm going to put one up here on the tip, and then kind of up here to the edge, but make sure you don't get it on your candy. So this is why maybe you want your candy in there while you're doing this, just so you can really see. And then the frog is just gonna go right there. And he's so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then let's see what it looks like with the washi tape. We'll put some dimensionals on the back of our cute little witch. I need to do that dimensional trick to these large ones too, but I go through them so quickly, I don't know that it's worth it. Okay, and then these. Look how cute that looks with the washi tape. I think it looks adorable. I'll give you the measurement for that too, the parakeet party. Okay, so then we've got a couple things. I'm going to put an itty bitty glue, drop of glue. Come on, there, and then up here, kind of in the same place where I put the embellishments, I'm going to put my bats. So I have them right here, and I thought I was going to use something else, so I had them turned over, but let's turn them over right side up, and then grab them, and just their little body goes on the glue. So he's kind of hovering over that pot there, the cauldron, and then this guy can come up here, and we'll have this one going that way. And then of course, you know, you can always lift up their wings once it's dry. I might need a tad bit more adhesive, believe it or not, but we'll see how well those stay. Okay, so done with all of that, let me bring in the Parakeet Party Baker's Twine. You could also use, we have black basic twine in a basic twine pack. It's got black, white, vanilla, gray, and a crumb cake. I do a pretty small bow, but I'm not going to pull it tight until I get it on my project. And we'll take a glue dot and fold it in half, and then just kind of set it right on that hole to where you could also thread it if that's what the look that you want. This is just kind of like faux threading. I just want it to look like it is. The tag is tied on. There we go. And then this will just go right on top of there. And there we go. Okay, you guys. Week number 3 for my 12 weeks of Halloween. I hope you enjoy this one, and I will see you later. Bye.